Alright guys, I think that we're actually live. This looks like it's working. I'm checking the stream right now. And it looks like it's working. Alright, so here we go. I am live. I'm going to be talking about Batman Arkham Origins while talking about it. We're going to be playing it. So I beat the game, guys. By the way, I'm a little nervous here because I'm doing this by myself. I've never done it before. But here we go. My name is Bobby. I am the editor-in-chief and host of the Talking Comics podcast. You can find it at talkingcomicbooks.com for anybody who's joining us randomly here. And we've been doing some game streams. We have a preview of Lego Marvel, a preview of Scribblenauts Unmasked that are already up. But what I wanted to do today was play through a little bit of Batman Arkham Origins. I always play these games. I played all three, and I've never gotten even a fraction of all the Riddler stuff that you can get. And I thought, what a better way to do it than to sit down with a controller, live stream it for people, and see if people actually want to check it out, like, and watch me play a little bit. So I've beaten the game, and you can find my review over at talkingcomicbooks.com if you guys want to check that out. But what we're doing here is we're doing all the Riddler stuff. So I'm going to do my best to avoid anything to do with story while you're watching this. If you don't want to know anything about the game, you probably don't want to watch because there's this far along in the game, and I'm going to be maybe incidentally hitting people talking about story stuff, you know, when you're swinging around. And if people like this, I'll keep doing this with this game and other games as well. So let's break in here to Batman Arkham Origins, huh? Also, there's a chat, guys. I'm streaming this live on Twitch. And so if you guys want to check this out, check me out there, twitch.tv/talkingcomics. And we're going to try to play a little bit here. So you can see this. I've beaten the game. The whole story is done, and I'm 26% through the game. So we're going to attempt to play a little bit here and do this. So we're going to continue story. So here we go. Batman Arkham Origins. So I've never done these alone before, so this is going to be a little bit weird. So there might turn into a lot of me talking about other things other than the game. But let's try to do this here. And I really... Oh, so we've got a data handle here. Let's go get into some combat before we break into the map so I can get my juices flowing. You can see how bad I am at this game. Shot gloves and
I'm giving up now. My hands are in the air.
his hands are there. Let's interrogate this guy.
Man, I was this close to clocking you.
And now you'll get nothing but some broken teeth if you don't tell me where you hid the extortion data.
I'll tell you where it's at, but it won't do you much good. I'll be back on my feet in an hour coming for you.
No, you won't.
You won't, because I'm going to punch you in the face. Alright, so I got some more data handler iteration, got some extortion files. So if you guys are haven't played the game, you guys know in the previous two Arkham games there was a lot of data packs and stuff like that to pick up Riddler trophies that you had to unlock. Now here things are a little different. There are these like extortion pack things that you have to check out, which changed the game a little bit because the Riddler is basically closed off communications in the city, and you have to shut down these towers. Now, I've shut down all the towers already, and but there are all of these relay things. So there's data handlers, and then there's network relays. So you have to destroy all the network relays. You can then go to Enigma's HQ, and I'm guessing battle him. It's always been kind of a thing in these games at the end of it all. So, some shit going here. All right. So yeah, I beat the game the other day, and I found it to be, you know, good. I don't. It's not my favorite of the Arkham games. I think Asylum is still my favorite of all these games. You know, however, I think that. Oh, I just saw one. Whoop. For a first try, especially for this developer, I think it's a very admirable beginning. I think it's their first game they've ever developed, so I think it's pretty admirable that they were able to pull off what they did here. I don't want data packs. So I know data packs are gonna. I'll get idiot in front of you guys. So here we go. I like this handy dandy bat signal thing. Ooh. Boom! 5 of 10 network destroyed in Burnley. Sorry guys, I'm having a little just figuring out some technical stuff as well because I've never done this before. So I've got Twitch up and I'm trying to work it, as they might say, because I accidentally signed out before. So I'm signing in right now. That's why I'm not moving. I'm sorry for the boring, but I assure you that for the one person watching live, it will be beneficial for them. So I'm trying to be a good host. Let's go to my channel here. And you guys can't see any of this. It's actually working. It says I'm playing Pac-Man, which I don't really understand. Change that. But we're going here. People I think are actually watching. I don't know why it's giving me like this weird thing. Next. Data network relay. So weird. All right. I'm not playing Pac-Man though. I'm playing Batman Arkham Origins. And I feel like we'll probably do a more traditional quick look or whatever at this to steal the giant bomb parlance. But I just wanted to do it like this because I wanted to show everybody kind of the, I don't know how you would say it, not show it, but give myself a reason to hunt this stuff down because I'd never do it on my own. I kind of. They don't like it when I'm here. Now the one issue, I'll tell you this now, because you're going to see me fighting a lot here, is that I do feel like the counter ability has become much. The windows become shorter, but the visual timer has not become shorter.
Come on.
So you end up with these times where you're hitting the button in what looks like in time, but what's happening is you're missing your counters, which I don't really quite understand. You do have these shot gloves though, which are pretty damn awesome, and you get this scoring system in the top left here. I got a C, which is my usual score. Pretty horrible at the combat system, though I feel like I'm better because of that scoring system. I feel like it made me get better. Oh yeah, so let's bomb around some Gotham City action here. You know, I'm not talking for a while. I'm still here. I just still getting used to how this thing works. And if you guys are here in the chat, if you guys are joining me, if you guys want me to do something else other than just search for this stuff, let me know and I'll break off and do some other stuff. But this is generally what I'm going to be doing while I talk here. So let's relay. There's so many of them, though I do feel like there's less stuff to get here than there has been in the past for this Riddler stuff. Because I mean, I wouldn't even have thought about getting it in the other games, which I might do now because we have some time and stuff like that. Q Perry says he definitely agrees with me about the countering system, which is I'm glad to hear other people feel that way. I think it's also Stephanie Cook, who also obviously hosts the podcast with us, and she had the same problem with it. However, the game has some really, really freaking fantastic things about it. Include this. If you read my review on TongTongBooks.com, you'll see this, but the Deathstroke fight earlier in the game, when you're fighting violently as assassins, is really kind of superb. I mean, I feel like it might be, if not the best, it probably is the best single fight, I think, in the entire series. And that's saying something. This is one freaking fantastic series. So that is pretty cool. Let's see here. Is it up here? I have not done like any of this stuff yet because I don't think I've really thought about it enough to really pick it out. This is the other thing too. Batman does a lot of this stuff that you feel like you should be able to jump up on or grapple on. He doesn't seem to be able to, which I find kind of disconcerting. I don't know why, but this seems like something I like. This is where this starts to be interesting for me to get this stuff. So I'm going to check the ground first before I freak myself out. Because everyone could just be on the ground. People are scared of me. Oh boy.
Let's gang up on him.
This gooey stuff is really cool. That's one of my favorite new. But this is definitely my favorite new thing. These shock gloves and make you feel like a real badass. However, it's become one of the things that I think this happens a lot in video games, especially when they're like prequels or whatever. You ask yourself, why doesn't he use this in the regular game? Or in his future. And Hugh points something on the chat. He pointed out maybe this is Batman pre-parkour. He's afraid of ledges. Blah 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 blah. And I totally, that's something that I actually thought about as far as the combat system and the countering. But the problem with that is that it's not explained anymore in the game. And any mechanic I feel like that makes the game less fun is a problem. Hello to Paul Wright on Twitch. Thank you for joining us. Good to see you there. So, I'm really excited about this, actually. I'm really happy to be starting to do this. Let's see. I've almost gotten all the... Let's do this. But... Batman just ran into something. The one time I really don't feel like Batman is when I have to use that freaking remote control Batarang. Because I always feel like an idiot. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. It's inverted. I know it's supposed to be like an airplane, which I totally understand. Some people probably do it better because it's like that, but me, it's like trying to speak a different language for me. So we're going to play a little bit here. Oh, okay, I just saw it. Alright, come on, guys. Oh, jeez. These guys don't know their... You think that eventually they'd learn.
Your ass kicking.
This is not...
Oh,
this is one of my favorite things in the world, though, is the beatdown. Oops. There we go. Awesome. Okay. I got a B on that one though, which I'm kind of proud of. No, I got it. Okay. 8 of 10 destroyed. So at least you can see some combat and stuff. Oh, I missed one. I was right there before. Whoopsies. I mean, some of the main issues with the game I feel like are not necessarily its fault sometimes, which I feel like it's just, it's so the same, and I'm sure that's what they wanted to go for, but, you know, it looks, the locales are almost identical, it even, you know, for those who, I don't want to spoil anything in the story, but for those who know what happens in the story, while very, very cool and, you know, a neat kind of twist on what they announced the game as, because it kind of goes into samey territory that I was expecting to be different because of the announced premise of the game, and so that kind of bothered me. I would rather have seen a emphasis on that story than the one they ended up going with. Now again, it's nice to want things, and you gotta critique what you get. But there are times where I just feel like they could have committed more to it being a little bit different. That being said, I think that there's, everybody's seen the post-credit sequence, which is, you know, there's like 30 minutes of credits to sit through. It's a pretty cool revelation about what it is, and that is really, really neat. And if they do that game, if this developer especially does that game, I think that'll be very, very cool, because I feel like there's a lot of potential here. But I feel like at times it's left by the wayside because, see, that's I was hitting Y for the counter, and the guy kicked me anyway. I feel like there's more of an animation priority in this game, you know, meaning that if I start a punch, it doesn't let me cancel a punch to counter, which doesn't make any sense. There's, you know, enemies that come off screen that has a lot more of that. A lot of the problems that it fixed with third-person action games, especially brawlers, it seemed to fall back prey to.
Just give me a sec to explain.
And that's just a real shame. You know, that I shouldn't have to worry about a player coming from nowhere to hit me. But you know, they're minor problems. They're little quips and quibbles, but when you start to stack them up, it starts to show like a lesser than the previous games. Missed that time. Did you see CBD? It's one of my favorite, one of my absolute favorite achievement sequences in the entire game. The infiltration of that facility really felt like Batman Arkham Asylum level goodness right there. I think it was pretty much spot on, and then you get to see Barbara and all that other stuff. Thought that stuff was very, very, very cool, and I was very, very excited about it. I'm gonna see if I can change what it says on playing. I don't know if I can do that myself. Let's go to my profile. Okay, there's an admin panel. Aha, edit. Boom, guys. I wanted to say Batman because maybe there's people who want to see me playing Batman who aren't part of this. Playing Batman. Man, Arkham Origins. There we go. Update. Alrighty. Cool. Cool beans. I want to know, have you guys in the chat, have you guys played the game? Played all the way through the game or not? I was wondering. Let's level up, huh? See, and I leveled up all the close combat upgrades already because, come on, that's stuff you need first. All the armor and stuff is the way to go. And this stuff I barely even touched because I'm just not, I don't use a lot of gadgets in, if you've probably seen watching this, I don't use a lot of gadgets in combat. And then a lot of stuff in the place stays locked until you start unlocking this other stuff. So, detonator, let's see, increased smoke volume, the PA. I'm going to level up this entire remote claw. It's okay, man. I don't mind. So, Paul Wright says, not me, Body, the last two, but it was this or GTA 5. He said, or Bobby even. Don't worry, I don't care. You can call him. You can give me a nickname if you want, man. It's totally fine. Here's the thing. It's still a good Batman story. It's still a good take on what they're doing. But it just, and my review says, I spoiled my entire review on this thing, but it says, I said in my review, it's very much like going to see a really, really good cover band, where it's almost as good. Whoa, whoa, surprise, surprise! Drop the smoke pellet. Freaking police. The cool thing is, though, the smoke silent takedowns are really awesome. And Batman still looks pretty freaking badass, so... And as a comic fan, one of the things that was interesting about this is that having this and Snyder's Zero Year happening at the same time, or you know, kind of checking them out at both the same time, I think it enhanced the experience actually quite a bit, which was nice. I was comparing it in my brain, and I had kind of fond memories of that story, or fond thoughts of that story while I was playing this. Here's the thing. This is one of the weird things, right? Like, why isn't there a grapple point up there? That doesn't make any sense. I should be able to grapple right there. This is not like it's a challenging Batman thing to do, is get up there. Maybe there's a story reason for it, but come on. You should figure out something out. You at least put one of those grates up there. Whoop. See, I feel like in Arkham City, you could jump off of anything, and basically you would find a grapple point. You know, you almost felt sometimes like Spider-Man, which I guess could be an issue, but just made the game more fun, more easy to go around. And this game has a fast travel system that unlocks once you start disabling those radio towers. But I don't know, the fast travel system also, you have to call down the Batwing, and it takes too long to be a fast travel system. I mean, I understand you want it to look cool, but you need to get rid of those animations because Skyrim has it right. It just goes.
Sorry, okay? I'm sorry already.
It just goes boom. It just goes. You're just gone. You're in the next place. See, that guy came. The counter window is so small with situations like that because they come from off screen, and I understand that's hard. And don't get me wrong, I don't want the game to be super easy, but that's unfair to me. And see, I'm getting my ass kicked now. So, and this is when using the gadgets would really help me, but I'm just really bad at it. Just. Boom. Guten Tagin. Review on my channel. Cool, man. So I got a B on that one, which I'm actually pretty psyched about. That's not my usual thing. I'm usually pretty shitty. Let's see. And people watching me, but you are really shitty. But I'm just. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Easy enough. Obviously, in playing the game, I kind of went very quickly around this area, or through the side stuff in the game to try to finish the game so I could review it for the site. And even that, it was a little bit late. So, as far as how I want to, realistically want it to be there, you want it to be quickly, but you get review copies when you get them, and life, right? I don't know if I can hit my batarang or not. Yes, I can. Nice. I don't really want to mess with this tree. I don't know, people who are watching right now, I don't know what you think. You like game streams, you like me doing them or us doing them specifically, because I'm thinking about doing more. I'm playing Dark Souls right now, and I was thinking about doing some Dark Souls streams, but I think they'd be hilarious, because I'm just such dog shit at games like that, and I think it'd be really fun to see all the kind of humor that comes out of that stuff. I don't know. I do not know. It's tough for me to know these things. I like watching game streams from people that I like, so I'm interested to see if you guys feel. I mean, obviously, people who are watching right now.
All units, if you are 1010, please report in for potential assignment.
Oh boy, sniper. The worst. Oh god, oh god. Oh boy. So this is a cool thing too, right, is... you're kind of in the background, which is totally cool, man. I mean, that's what I do with this stuff. I don't expect it to be the main attraction of your life. So don't worry about that, guys.
We got action.
I'm dead. I died. First time I died.
Brains always triumph over brawn,
Stupid Enigma.
Always.
Enigma. Well, the thing about these is that I'm going to do them anyway. I'm going to play anyway. I want to play and get these trophies. So this gives me the excuse to do it. I don't know how long I've been going right now. They probably won't last too much longer. I've been going about half an hour. So they'll probably be around half an hour, 40 minutes at the most. Just good at timing. Oh, it's over there. I'm close to these other ones. I don't know why there's suddenly all of these snipers around.
I specifically chose clients from out of town.
Just this one section.
Most of them have never set foot inside the bank. All right.
You are right. Bob is awesome. that is hard fact and truth. And it's all. I love that people love to listen to him and to him talk, because we've had the pleasure in our lives of having him around just in our normal lives. And I love that people respond to him and love to hear him talk about it. See here, go into detective mode and see if we can... This is a stressful one because of all these freaking snipers, man. Got a legendary on that shit.
I got multiple calls available. Sending them out in priority order.
Whoa, whoa. Jesus. This is a dangerous area.
Yes, a fight.
But the cool thing about doing these game streams too, guys, is that if you guys want to talk about comic book stuff while I'm doing this, I can obviously talk about it. So if you guys want to, you know, send questions in or what have you, I'll gladly take them. We can just use this more as like a question and answer period, that just, or a podcast that just has a nice visual to it, which is the Batman game. So.
I can't get loose. I'll try and make it quick. You got it.
Bazungas. Are you FPT? What does that mean? Oh, Federal Bureau of Physics. FBP is what he's talking about. So, FBP. We got someone in the chat asked if I'm reading FBP. I read the first couple issues, and to be honest, I didn't ever not like it. But I just didn't have that, oh my god, I need to read it feeling that you need to keep going with a new series. Yes, there it is. Yeah. Anybody who doesn't listen, maybe listening to this, who isn't a big comic book fan, FBP is a Vertigo series, which the central conceit of the story is that it's I'm out of here. I don't want to fight right now. It is that we live in a world where kind of there are alternate dimensions, and the rules of physics have kind of become very, very weak. And there are agents now who police it, and it's a cool idea, and the art has been really good, and there's stuff I liked about it, but I just can't. It didn't grab me. Not like Coffin Hill did. Coffin Hill grabbed me. And obviously Sandman was awesome. Now we know that it's not coming until February, which is horrible. I hate that. But, yeah, it just didn't, it doesn't excite, which is always it's damning for a new book. Always. If it doesn't excite you, it's damning. Yeah, Hinterkind and Drumheller. I didn't read Drumheller yet, but Hinterkind has been very good. So I agree with you that it doesn't have the same promise as that book. All right, I'm gonna try to close off this section, and then I'm gonna stop. Yeah, the fact that Sandman's coming out in February, it's such a long gap, you know. I want to support it. I want to get it month to month, but I don't know. I mean, I'm still gonna get it because it's just so wonderful. But now I just want to wait for a trade because I'm not gonna remember anymore. But it does give me a lot of time to read the stuff I haven't read. So maybe it's a good thing. Yeah, Apex Predator, an S. I've never got an S rank before, so I'm pretty proud of that. Riddle me this again, guys. If you're just joining us, if you're watching this live or you've come in, this is Riddle Me This. Talking comics. I'm collecting all the Riddler stuffs and talking about comics. So if you guys want to join in, please be my guest, ask some questions, and hopefully over time this will grow and we'll do it with more stuff. And it's just another way to interact with listeners and have a good time in comic-related medium. By the way, I've been hearing the same like criminal report for so long. I'm sure it leads to something else, but I just don't know. We're the guys.
I specifically chose clients from out of town. Most of them have never set foot inside the bank. All right, but if this goes pear-shaped, it's on you. Relax, guy. I've been doing this a long time.
A good vantage point here to get this network relay. Oh, it's down there. I thought I saw it when I was falling down. Boom, baby. Well, you guys don't listen to the podcast. He's saying I was surprised how many hadn't read Sandman, and truth is, I'm surprised in ourselves that so many of us hadn't read it. If I can speak. The truth is, anybody who listens to the show knows that, at least Steve and I's comic kind of education has really come in the last few years. I mean, we were always interested in the characters and loved them and read some stuff, but I hadn't really read comics regularly until 2011, I guess it is. So, it was not until then that I did, and then I was catching up on all the stuff I wanted to know about Spider-Man and Thor and Captain America and Batman, and get all this stuff caught up, get all caught up on this stuff. And Sandman was one of the things Sandman was one of those things always on my list, but just seemed so much money to get into that I didn't jump in, and now I feel like I need to because of what I read. But, we shall see. So 2 more little things here, and then we're going to be done for the day. But it's definitely a black mark on my comic book knowledge. And he says, after you read Sandman, it will be The Dreaming, Lucifer, and Books of Magic. All things I've heard very good things about. I believe Lucifer is written by Mike Casey, the guy. What's his name? Right, the guy who wrote The Unwritten. Mike Carey. Haha. I'm Mike Casey. And I know that they brought some of those characters back in Justice League Dark. Obviously, the Books of Magic are featured heavily in there, so I know that all got kind of folded into the DC New 52. So it's all stuff I know about, but just have never really committed to. Apparently does not like the way that he's been treated in the New 52 stuff. Constantine either. And Constantine book was not very good. It was boring. I liked Constantine Justice League Dark. I liked the concept of Justice League Dark. But it is no Hellblazer. It doesn't make sense why you take that out of Vertigo completely. I mean, you can take it out of Vertigo and have him be a DC character, But if you do the ongoing where it's meant to be, where you can do the stuff that Constantine is known as being seedy and dark and foul-mouthed. Just sitting there. Why can't I grapple over there? It doesn't make any sense. This is cool. This is that new thing.
Was that? I got the bed right in front of me.
Double takedown. If you do it right, sometimes it can be pretty badass. This one in this section. They're usually around street level. Seem like, yep. Alright, all the Diamond District stuff is destroyed. Yeah, the scoring system is pretty cool. I mean, it makes you want to play better. Even though I feel like the combat system is a little bit flawed in this one over the other ones, one thing it does do better is that I was better at the game by the end because I didn't like seeing bad scores on the screen when it was over. And it still looks very, very pretty. I mean, it looks like Arkham City, but there's nothing wrong with that. It looks awesome. Get some awesome Batman stuff. And I think that's going to do it for Riddle Me This. This first part of Riddle Me This. Checking out Batman Arkham Origins. We cleared 2 areas. We cleared Burnley and the Diamond District. I think next time we'll do a little bit of the Coventry and possibly Industrial. And in a couple of times we'll be done. It didn't take as long as I thought. And then we'll go fight the Riddler. And then maybe I'll go back and check out some more stuff. But thank you everybody who watched live. Thank you everybody who is going to watch this this archive stream. You can follow us on Twitter at Talking Comics, or TalkingComics.com is the website. Facebook.com/TalkingComics as well. Big site redesign coming in the future, guys. Twitch.tv/TalkingComics is where you can follow the live game streams. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And we will see you next time for Batman.